Hi, I think we are live. I'm just making sure that everything is working fine. I've got this new piece of software, so I just want to double check everything is okay. There are a couple of people online right now. If you can see me and hear me okay, then please say yes in the chat box, and then I can see yes, it is. Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Anish. Okay, I'm going to keep a close eye on the questions being sent, and I'll try to answer them for you. So we'll start off in a second. Okay, thank you for joining in to this YouTube live training. I had a lot of emails and requests for our subscribers on YouTube and our email subscribers to start some regular live training. So I will endeavor to start these sessions once a week at least during different times of the day, because I know we have got a lot of our audiences in US, Canada, India, Australia. So it's fair for everybody that they get a chance to join in live. Okay, let's see. Fine. So I'm going to share my screen, and I had quite a few people email me about how much they should be bidding. How can you work out or calculate the maximum profitable bids you can bid for your keywords? There's a lot of time, if you bid too high, then you may win the ad rank in the auction, but you will not get a higher return on investment, or ROAS, which is return on ad spend. So there is a very clever formula designed or calculated by someone at Google to work out what is the maximum allowable bids you can bid on Google Ads. So I'll share my screen with you. Now you should be able to see my screen in a second. There you go. Okay. So we concentrate on the box, which is with the yellow background. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see it a bit properly. Okay, so the way I've segmented this out is for all campaigns and then for all non-branded campaigns. Because if you are running branded campaigns, then this may give you a completely different or a very rosy picture compared to the non-branded keywords, because the branded keywords will always have a higher ROAS or ROI. Now, in this instance, I'm working on ROAS. And if you are running an e-commerce store, then you ought to be running your campaigns on ROAS, which is the return on ad spend. So what this number means is, now, one is 100%. So if you spend $1 on ROAS, on ads, you're going to get $1 back. 1.5 is you spend one, get back 1.5. And if you spend one, you get double or triple. And you can make as many columns as you like. I will put the template of this Google Sheets in the description below, so you can copy it and then you can tweak it, amend it to your requirements. So basically there are 3-4 different metrics which you need to work with. If you are running a campaign at the moment, you may have an average conversion value. What is the value of each conversion? So when you sell something or multiple products, you will get the average value. If it is for a lead generation campaign, then you can change that to ROI and work out what how much you're getting back. So you can work on the average conversion value of your product. Then what is your desired ROAS? Now, some companies, they work on break even and then have a customer lifetime value, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and then they monetize it that way. So the strategy of working at break even or better is incredibly powerful, and not many business owners or companies realize the potential of it, because all they feel that they are breaking even and not making any money, whereas the money is in the back end. And we'll work, and I'll show you in a minute as to why you should consider ROAS at break even or better. So then you enter the ROAS figure. So 2 is 200%, 1.5 or 100%, right? Then you will have a conversion rate in your Google Ads account. You enter that in, whatever that conversion rate may be. And if I were to change this conversion rate to 6, then that maximum CPC bid changes dramatically from here, from 1.5 to $2.42. So what this is showing me and telling me is, if I keep my bids at these level, I can bid more, but then my return on ad spend will be a lot less compared to that one. Now, the nature of this game is whoever is willing and able to pay the most for a conversion will win this game. So if I'm running my campaigns at 100% ROAS and my competitors are running at 200%, I'm going to beat them every time. Although I may not make money upfront, but if I've got my sales funnel set up and everything running in the background, I know that I'm going to make money in the long term. Just like the big companies, they will sell products as a loss leader to drive the footfall in their stores, because they know that if people are coming to buy milk in the shop or store, they're going to buy bread, butter, and drinks and cigarettes or whatever. So that's what we mean by the customer lifetime value. So the other thing which I would highly recommend is not to work on just this average conversion value, because this is a one-off. And if you have a business where you only get a one-off customer, then obviously your acquisition costs are going to be very high, because every time you need to get a new customer. So you need to have some kind of a back-end sales funnel where you can then send out an email to your clients and get more sales, because then you don't have any acquisition cost. You acquired the customer, you already paid Google or Facebook or Instagram to acquire that client. So this is how we work out our max CPC bid. So now I can be extremely aggressive over here on ROAS 1 compared to ROAS 2. And then what I do is I also filter out my brand campaigns and just work on the non-branded campaigns to see what's happening. So for example, if I take this out, so from 9.6, it goes down to 5.2, and so on. So now I can really bid, where is it? There you go. I can bid a lot more, pretty much double compared to the max CPC over here. Now, let's change the metrics a bit. Instead of just average lifetime value of 50, let's say you get a client, and then by customer lifetime value, what I mean is look at transactions over a 2-year period, not until and by customer lifetime value is not that until the customer dies. Look at it over a 2-year period, 24 months. If you are in insurance and you reinsure the car or the health insurance year on year, then that's a repeat customer. So you will know that they are going to, a majority of your customers, if you give them a good service, they're going to renew. Or if you have a product where you can then upsell, or downsell, cross-sell other products or services, then you know that when we get a client, we also end up selling other items to them. So let's say we have a customer lifetime value of 200. Now you see what happens is I can afford to bid a lot more compared to over here. Now, although you don't want to be just bidding high for the sake of it, as long as you know the metrics, you will be able to make a profit every time, and you know that your bids are working extremely well. I'm just going to have a quick look. Okay, I'm going to come on to the questions and comments in a minute. So please bear with me. So now we've got a ROAS of, I beg your pardon, a lifetime conversion value of 200. Our bids go higher, and then the same will happen over here. Now my maximum CPC bids are extremely high. I can be extremely aggressive, and especially when you are in a very competitive market, the bidding is quite aggressive and everybody wants to outrank and outbid the competition. But then what ends up happening is you may get the ad rank, but you don't know your numbers and you don't end up making a profit. So this is why it's extremely important that you know how to calculate your max CPC bids. If you change this metric from 200 to 400, the whole picture changes again, because we can now afford to bid even higher. And when you have got good quality score and high bids, you are going to win the auction every time. Now, I'm not saying that you should bid for the number one position or the number one ad rank every time, because it may not be the most converting ad position. Quite often I find position between 1.8 and 2.5 is the sweet spot where I don't pay over the odds for my clicks, and also I get the highest conversion. So all you need to do is to copy this template. Once I have finished this session, I'll set up the link in the description box under the video, and you can play around with the numbers, work out your customer lifetime value, what your desired ROAS is, and then you can change it. You can change it to 3 and see what happens, right? So then you change that number to 3 so that you know that what you've done, and just play around, mess around, change the conversion rates. And if you don't have any existing data right now, then all you can do is work on projection or sales projections, or any kind of a calculated projection, I should say, where you don't end up with a very high conversion rate and very high lifetime conversion value. So this is how you set up your max CPC at the most profitable. So let me have a look at a couple of comments. Can you please tell me about your free Google Ads course? Okay, that's from Rakib. So Rakib, here is the course. So it has got over, I believe, 18 hours worth of 15 hours worth of videos over 120 videos. I keep adding more videos to it. For that, you don't pay. To get access to it, you just enter your email, and you won't get access to all the videos, but a lot of the videos in there, so that you can see and get a flavor of what this video is all about. Also, I have my YouTube channel, which you are aware of, and there is lots of other videos on there as well, which you can access for free. And I'll put this link in the comments box below. Gulshan is asking, looking for automatic rules in next tutorial. Okay, Gulshan, I'll absolutely cover that point in our next session, and I will be hosting these at least once a week. Umesh, hi Umesh. I want to know how to run leads form YouTube ads. Like whenever customer watch the ad and click on call to action, a form pop-up like Facebook leads ad. I talked to with support, but they didn't respond. So from what I can understand from your comment, Umesh, is you are looking to run video ads which drives traffic to a landing page with a form on it. So this form is a perfect example, or another one which I've got over here is the challenge which we have. So I run video ads with a call to action on the video. When somebody clicks on that call to action, they end up on this page where they fill in the form, whether it's a form on the page or as a pop-up. It really doesn't matter, as long as you've got the conversion tracking set up. Google Ads will track your conversions, and that's all you need to do. So it's fairly straightforward, very simple, and I'll cover this in our next session. So I'm going to keep these sessions short and to the point, because sometimes you can spend a lot of time over here and it just becomes far too long. So I'll hopefully see you next week. It will be a different time. So if you are one of our email subscribers, or keep an eye out on our social media, you'll be notified of the time and the date for the next session. So thank you very much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have any comments or questions and you are watching this or as a recording after the event, then please do put them in, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. That's it for now. Take care, and bye for now.